Good afternoon, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 10511 Southeast Crystal Lake Lane here in Milwaukee. We're located at the back of the house. We're essentially at the rear right corner of the home. The line exits out literally the back of the house, though. There is no right side of it because it's attached. So anyway, that's as you stand facing the front of the home from the row or parking area. Anyhow, underneath the deck boards here, we have a 4-inch cast iron clean out. I'm going to check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. We're going to zero out the foot counter. Actually, we're going to clean that camera lens up just a little bit. Scraped a little bit of sludge off the bottom of the pipe as we dropped in there. Alright, off we go. Alright, so you've got a nice short run here. So right now my camera's kind of turned a little bit sideways. You can see where the flow line is. Right here is where you meet the community line. So the main lateral for this place is sitting, it's I mean realistically probably only, it's about 3 foot 6 inches a camera run. You know, you're about that same length out the back where the main connection's at. So it's a very short line, and this is a shared style line here. In fact, I'll go down here just a little ways. Most likely each and every one of these has their own tie-in. We should see one here in just a second when we get behind the other unit. It's typically how these are done anyway. Sometimes they'll interconnect every few units, but often enough you'll have a branch for each unit. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if it's right here where we get into some of this standing water. And or we are an end unit, so right, I'm not locating right now, but if we're going with flow and it's moving away from this unit, we may not even see that tie-in. We'll go out here a little ways though. And it looks like I about cleared a blockage there. Haha, look at that. Looks like someone flushed a little too much junk down the line. Anyway, at this rate, we should be way, way beyond homeowner responsibility. In fact, my camera doesn't even want to go any further at this point. I'm amazed it made it this far. Usually when you go through a connection onto a main, that hard edge, that turn you go through, often will stop your camera very quickly. I'm amazed we made it to 70 feet. Anyway, your line is all about 4 feet long. I overshot that away just to make sure there was not anything concerning immediately down line. This has held up quite nicely. There's a lot of trees and foliage back here. A lot of times these older concrete lines do not always hold up super great around tree roots. This one has held up remarkably well, and it would behoove you and all the other units periodically to keep an eye on these things. Often this stuff starts falling into an HOA responsibility once you get into a shared part of the line. But when a line becomes ready for update, that's usually something that everyone has to share in doing. If you keep an eye on these things and catch them before they start to get too far gone, right now this thing looks great. But if this is, you know, it's a good idea if the HOA does a scope here and there to watch for things like root intrusions, to watch for the pipe joints to really start get exposed to the ground. That's usually the first thing that wears out with concrete. The beauty of it is if you catch it at the right time, you can update this stuff trenchlessly now. So I think what happened here is we may have gone with the direction of flow away from the building, because you are an end unit here. Didn't pick up any tie-ins, but we made it way, way, way out beyond responsibility there. Anyway, good flow all the way out to 70 feet. Most importantly, good flow to the connection there onto the main trunk line that the units share. Cast iron's in good shape, has good flow, and the concrete pipe is also in good shape. Has good flow all the way out to at least 70 feet without any indication of flow issues beyond that point. Line is functioning properly at this time.